Hey there gamers, welcome to my channel. Today I'm diving into the mysterious world of co-op gaming with a review of Tock, A Tale for Two. I enjoyed playing the game and I recommend it. I will try to review it without spoilers. My first impression was that it reminded me of Siberia a bit, as the story revolves around mechanical clocks, but in reality it's not similar. As you play the game, you realize that there is more to the plot than just mechanical clocks. At some point it will become apparent that there are things beyond the reality at play. The puzzles felt unique. Maybe they were not all unique, but the way they were expressed and presented felt unique. I didn't feel like they copied this from any other game, which is a huge plus. And I have played a lot of puzzle games. It's not a hard game. The puzzles are easy to medium in difficulty. We did have a bit of trouble solving the final puzzle, but after a bit of brainstorming and going through the clues again and again, we did find it. It was, after all, the final boss. When we solved it, it felt like we were the code breakers in Bletchley Park and we were waiting for an invitation to the secret spy services. Yeah, it felt really unique when we solved that. I'm gonna be honest, I find co-op games a bit blunt. The whole creativity is limited to the interaction between the two players. There's constantly a dance between the two, a question and an answer. There's no way to progress otherwise. I wish there was more to these types of games. I did play the Rusty Lake co-op, and even though I'm a huge fan of them, I don't feel the same thrill and immersion with these types of games as I do with the single-player games. I would like also to note that Rusty Lake game was published much later than Tock. This is an answer to these people who say that Tock copied the Rusty Lake co-op. That's impossible because the Rusty Lake co-op game wasn't out yet. The format though of the co-op between these games is identical, so it seems that this is the industry standard. I would prefer that every player can solve a few puzzles on their own, and that the ones that can only be solved with cooperation are marked in a clear and yet immersive way, embedded into the story. That would be much more interesting to me. Like many puzzle games, you do need to pay attention to detail. Note down important words, dates, names, figure out the story. Use pen and paper if needed to note down puzzle solutions. I loved the graphics. I thought they were quite immersive. I'm under the impression that they didn't use any images of faces or people in the game. That could have added more depth to it. Correct me if I'm wrong, and they did include faces and people. I just can't remember any of them. All I remember is me being in front of a puzzle, trying to solve something, a code, switches, some mechanical thing. It does feel a little bit impersonal. Although the story had some incredible points, especially at the end of the game. Well, that's all for today. Keep gaming and stay awesome. See you in the next review.